Come on, come on. Boom, boom, boom. Don't defuse, don't defuse, don't defuse. Don't defuse. No, last second. Come on, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on, last second.
Teammates, why are you not pushing?
Oh, yes, yes. Welcome to the Gaming Teacher. In this guide, I will cover the Officer, easily the most complex class in Isonzo, and as such, it bears the highest responsibilities. The Oberleutnant, or Tenente, has the same base equipment as everybody else, shovel, bandages, and wire cutters, but he also gets a whistle. When it comes to weapons, they can choose from a big variety of pistols, from a revolver to semi-automatic guns, but they can also equip a rifle, so it is quite versatile. For the secondary slot, you start out with a flare gun, about which I will talk later. You also get binoculars in the canteen, though I haven't seen a single officer using them. Let's take a look at the perks. Note that as an officer, you should switch between perks as need be. Assault Officer allows you to whistle more frequently to reduce spawn time. I recommend this skill to anybody new who is not sure about when to use which skill. Engineer Officer creates an area of effect where anybody inside it can construct or sabotage twice as fast. Useful when breaking through the enemy line and setting up a spawn point. Frontline Officer allows you to spawn on a squad leader and vice versa. They can also spawn on you. Useful for reinforcing areas without any spawn points nearby. Just make sure to coordinate with leaders for it to be effective. Alpine Officer lets you spawn on any player nearby an objective. Useful when attacking or defending an objective, as you can spawn on it basically. As before, coordinate with your squad for maximum effect, so that they can spawn on you once you spawn on the objective. Lastly, we have Inspirational Officer, which creates an area of effect that increases stamina and reduces weapon save for the players inside it. Very useful when advancing in a group of people, as their speed and accuracy, if we can say so, is improved. Now let's talk about the whistle. You equip it by pressing Q, and with the scroll wheel you can switch between the option to reduce spawn time or issue an order. Always make sure to reduce spawn time. For issuing orders, you must be able to see the objective, as when you blow the whistle, the area around the red marker will become the target. You can also use trees and buildings for reference for this. You mark the area you want your team to focus, like where to advance, hold or contest. While these orders award you points if soldiers follow them, you can also let your team know by drawing on the minimap. Firstly, equip the shovel or an empty flare gun, as otherwise you will be wasting a bullet or a flare. Now open the minimap by pressing M. By holding left mouse and clicking the right mouse button, you will enable the drawing tools. You should see a mouse cursor now. By holding left mouse button and drawing, you do an arrow, which represents an attack move. While holding right click and drawing, an interrupted line will appear. That's used to represent a defensive line. Only the last arrow and line you drew will be kept. Lastly but not least, use team chat, communicate with your team and coordinate with the other officer if possible. The flare gun allows you to make a point for call-in strikes. If, however, you fire 2 flares in a succession, you boost the call-in. Chemical attacks last longer, artillery and aerial call-ins have increased capacity. Like by default, most artillery barrages consist of 4 shots. If boosted, you get 5. You will see this as a green marker instead of the normal white one. Also, you can issue this boosted call-in on any existing marker. You can also use flares fired by a mountaineer. Now that you know how to mark an area for call-ins, let's talk about them. You can access them using the officer table. They are divided in 3 categories, as shown. But another way to divide them would be by area of effect. In this case, most would be circular. small area of effect. These are all things marked in blue. Then we have a straight line effect marked in yellow. Let's clear out something now. Creeping smoke and barrage means that it starts deploying at one point and moves to the other. And lastly, we have heavy bombers in red, which basically combines three straight lines together. To deploy circular call-ins, just select one and click on the marker on the map. You will see a red circle around it. For the other two, by selecting a marker, you just set the starting point. Now you point the mouse around. You should see an arrow pointing towards the mouse cursor. By clicking, you deploy the call-in. Note that only gas can injure your teammates, but anything can kill you, so wait for the barrage to finish before moving in there. Friendly call-ins are visible on the map. There is a cooldown for each call-ins. Higher the Roman numeral on top left, the longer the wait. Usually they disappear with time, but also team score influences that. If your team is doing too well, the cooldowns may actually increase and vice versa. If your team is doing poorly, or there is overtime, the cooldown will be greatly reduced. In general, gas attacks and strafing rounds parallel to the trench are more effective for clearing trenches than artillery barrages, as depicted here. The chance of hitting directly into a trench is small, but we don't have trenches everywhere. You can use artillery barrages on spawn points, objectives, and planted objectives. As for the time it lasts, it is an area denial weapon for the enemy, and it gives your team the chance either to plant or defuse. For covering, you should use smoke. Gas works too. I won't discuss this topic anymore, as the video is already long, and an in-depth look of call-ins could be a video of its own. This should cover the basic of the officer abilities. Now let's talk how to play it on the offensive first. Don't forget to blow your whistle as often as you can. This counts for the attacker and defender. While on an attack, draw an attack line, issue an attack order and let the people know where to push. Certain paths are easier to break through than others. Push alongside your team, lead from the front. If you do not succeed in breaking through at the beginning, you can finally call in smoke to cover the approach. Use arty on enemy spawn or to soften up the position you are pushing for. In this stage of the battle, as you are about to destroy the enemy forward spawn point and build your own, you should use engineer officer skill for reduced time either building or sabotaging. Once you have a firm foothold, go for the demolition objective first. Let your team know what to do. For this stage, you can use Inspirational Officer. In my opinion, this is the best skill overall. Don't forget the call-ins. By now, you should be able to call in stronger call-ins. Make sure to use them to help your team or hinder the enemies. After destroying this objective, push for the other one. While defending, also issue orders. Make sure that the front is equally manned and reinforced. Make sure to inflict as much casualties on the enemies as possible. Use gas and artillery to plug any breakthroughs. Try to hold the front line as long as possible, but keep an eye on objective, especially the one that the enemy needs to destroy. You should defend that objective at all costs.
I'm a body shield.
Use call-ins to hinder the enemies or urge some of your own teammates to go and sabotage the enemy spawns. Don't forget to whistle. Overall, pick skills to adapt to the situation. Use weapons that suit your style, either playing as a cowboy up front or like a rifleman with a rifle. The choices you do and do not take have the biggest impact on the game. Hopefully, this video guides you in the general direction of how the officer should be played. Like and share it, as this greatly helps my channel out. If you think that I forgot something, please do mention it in the comments below or join the Discord server and share it there. Thank you for watching. Now go and lead your team to victory. Gaming Teacher, out.